I mean, it affects everything. You know, it affects just your life. You know, it affects how you think of the world. It affects how you think about love. It affects everything. So in turn, it obviously affects your work and your career, what you choose to do, the things I choose to sing about, different perspectives on how I look at things now. Of course. I mean, I love music. I always have. It's a big part of my life, music and dancing. And I've always kept up on what is going on because I just love it. I think having the babies definitely inspired the music, the lyrics and the music on my new album for sure. For sure. Like I said, once you have babies, you think of love in a different way because you feel love in a deeper, more profound way than you've ever felt it in your life. And it makes you question and think about things in a different way, which is why I decided to call it Love with a Question Mark, because I started questioning and thinking and wondering and challenging myself as where it came to love, and that's what it's about. It's been about, it actually was after the babies were born because I was on tour while I was pregnant, and then I had the babies, and I didn't do anything maybe until they were about 8 months old. I started recording again. So it's been like 2.5 years for sure. It's just been, it just takes that much time sometimes. In the beginning, I didn't even know what I wanted to talk about or how I felt or what I wanted to sing about or how I wanted the music to sound. I just got back in there and started recording different songs. People were submitting to me and nothing felt completely right, and then it wasn't until 6 months later when I was like, oh, I know what I want to say and how I want to say it and what I want to write about and what I'm thinking about. And that's when the whole album started really taking shape. I was able to go to certain producers that I knew I wanted to work with and say, this is what I want to say, this is what I'm thinking about, this is the type of songs I want to do. And that's when the album really started coming together. I wanted to challenge a topic, which was the love with the question mark. I said I want to call it Love with a Question Mark, and I want to talk about all the different aspects of love, all the different things that people think and go through and wonder about when it comes to this big thing, this thing in our lives that nobody can live without and no living thing can survive without, and that was kind of the idea. That was just the beginning, the seed of an idea, and then it grows like a tree and it goes in different directions, and that's what the album becomes. The overall sound is very much my sound, which has always been my sound, which is a combination of the different influences I have, which are urban, dance, pop, and Latin, all mixed into one bag. But it was about taking that sound that I'm known for and making it very much today. And I had the producers to help with crafting that sound and making it today. So working with producers like Red One or Tricky and Dream on the urban side and Red One on the dance side, they were able to take my sound and make it sound very much today. And that was exciting, because it still had to be me. I didn't want that to change. There's a couple of guest artists. Like I said, I worked with the Dream a lot, and we did a few songs. Some of them are on the album. I think we're 3 or 4 on the album. Red One, 3 or 4. Then we had, and he actually is on one of the songs, Run the World. And then there was another one with Lil Wayne that we did called I'm Into You, that we did with Stargate, actually. And then there's another song with the original, the first single, which is On the Floor with Pitbull. Yeah, I mean, I worked with, like I said, it was Red One. We worked with Tricky and Dream, Stargate. So a lot of people worked with DeMille, Danger, a lot of different people, Radio. Whenever I go to choose singles, I always go to the people I trust the most. So I went to L.A. Reid, and I went to Benny Medina, and I went to, our little team of people at the record company, and I play them the whole album. And then it just kind of, usually one song jumps out. But with ours, it was kind of like 5 or 6 songs were jumped out and was like, okay, well, which one is the first right record to introduce this album? And L.A. Reid was just like, that's the one. He just picked it right out. So it was exciting. Once he's like, put that on the radio right now. That was Red One. That was Red One's idea. I think, he knew that I wanted a global, international feel, that I wanted to have my Latin influences in there, and that was a way for him to kind of put that in there. I don't know, I don't really overthink that too much. I kind of put on what I feel like putting on at that moment. We come up with a concept for the videos, and it's like, okay, you have to do a performance. I'm like, oh, I love that outfit for the performance, and I try on different things, and I'm like, oh, this is perfect for, being the owner of the club, and this is perfect for the girl who comes in and dances in the club. You know what I mean? And we just kind of put different things like that together, and it's the same thing with every video, even the album shoot. It's like get there and look in the rack of clothes and go, this is how I feel. This is what I think is me right now. Just really try to just not think about what it should be, but do what I feel in the moment.